Hi class. This video is intended to give you some support before your informational essay exam tomorrow and also to help you finish your practice prompt. So I'd like you to have 3 tabs open. The first tab is this screencast video. The second tab is your want, obstacle, and action worksheet, which should be completed for each character in the story and should also have some quotes that you could use in your essay. And the third item I'd like you to have open is your shared writing informational essay exam prep, which is on Google Classroom. Okay, so remember the prompt that we are practicing with is the following. In life, we all experience obstacles that prevent us from getting what we want. In the play A Raisin in the Sun, various characters face this reality too. What is Ruth or Walter's reaction to an obstacle he or she faces? So on Friday in your groups, I had your group choose either Ruth or Walter. Then you were supposed to write an introduction for your essay, giving your reader background information on your character's want and the obstacle. On Monday, you were supposed to start writing a body paragraph that describes your character's reaction to the obstacle using evidence to support your point. I'd like to start by having you go back into your introduction to make sure that you have all of the components. So the first thing that I'll be looking for is an attention grabber. Here you want to give your reader a general statement or ask a question or give a quote about a raisin in the sun. If you choose this strategy, I'd like you to stay really general. We don't want to assume that our reader is familiar with this play. Another strategy to try would be to ask your reader a question about a time where they've wanted something and they encountered an obstacle. This will get them thinking about the topic of your essay as well. Sorry about that. What I want you to avoid here is giving any specific information about characters because, again, we don't want to assume that our reader is familiar with this play. The second thing I'll be looking for is background information. So it would be, So it'd be really helpful to give your reader the gist of A Raisin in the Sun. It would also be really helpful to give your reader some general information about the character that you're going to be talking about in your essay. So you want to go ahead and introduce that character. The third thing I'm looking for is the thesis. Make sure that the character's want and obstacle is clearly indicated in the thesis. Remember, your body paragraph is going to share the character's action, so you want to set yourself up to be able to do that. So right now, I would like you to go ahead and pause the video. Make sure that you have these 3 components in your introduction. Please revise if you need to. And then make sure your attention grabber is highlighted pink, the background information is highlighted green, and the thesis is highlighted orange. Once you have done that, you can go ahead and play the video again. Okay, now that you've had time to go through your introduction and make sure that it meets all the criteria, then you're ready to go into your body paragraph. So in your body paragraph, I'm going to be looking for evidence of pie. So the first thing you need to do is make a point. Again, make sure you're using the strategy of echoing the question. So remember, the question that your body paragraph is trying to answer is what is your character's action in response to the want and the obstacle that they encountered. So you need to make a claim that answers that question and make sure that you're really clear about your character's action. What did they do when there was something that they wanted, but an obstacle got in the way? The next thing I'll be looking for is the illustration. I think for this essay, it probably makes the most sense to use a quote. So you'll need a quote lead-in. I'm looking for a citation, so make sure you give me the scene, definitely the name of the play, and maybe even the line number if you feel that that makes sense. Give me context, so tell me what part of the play you're pulling this quote from. And then I want to know either who said the quote or who did this part. So make sure you're really clear about the character that you're talking about. And then make sure that you correctly copy the quote from the play using correct punctuation. Third, I'm looking for an explanation. So you can use a sentence starter such as this quote shows or this evidence suggests, and then finish the sentence by telling me how this quote supports your claim. So what I'd like you to do here is go ahead and pause the video if you need to write this body paragraph. If you have already written the body paragraph, I want you to read your partner's body paragraph and provide them with some feedback. So here's an example of a student who has a pretty nice body paragraph using pi. But one thing that I noticed in this sentence that I highlighted here is that this claim does not tell me what the character did in response to not getting what they want. So I would have my partner go back and rewrite this claim so that it's super clear about what Ruth did when Travis and Walter wouldn't get up early to use the bathroom. So go ahead and pause the video so that you can give your partner some feedback. So now you're ready to write your conclusion. Here are a few tips for writing a great conclusion. First, use a concluding word. Let your reader know that this is coming to an end. So you can use a word like obviously, or to sum it up, or clearly. Then go back and restate your main points. So make it clear again who your character was, what their want was, what the obstacle was, and what the action was. You don't want to be redundant, so make sure that you find a different way to say it. Finally, you want a sentence or two that provides a final thought and kind of wraps up the essay for the reader. I wish you the best of luck on your test. If you have any questions, please come and ask. If you feel like you want to watch this video again before the test, that might be a helpful tip. Thank you.